Okay, so I did play a little bit of Hardspace Shipbreaker when it came out in early access in 2020 for like an hour. Haven't played it since, and my save file isn't valid anymore. So I'll include a link to that in the description of this video on YouTube in the future if you wanted to watch my first hour playing back in early access. I understand it has a campaign now, so I'm just going to be starting over, calling it blind, and calling this episode 1. I think that's fair. It sounds like standard is the campaign. I haven't tested the audio, so let me know once we actually get some game audio if it's too loud or too quiet. Humankind has industrialized much of the solar system. Earth has deteriorated into a place of squalor and decay. A new breed of worker has emerged, the Shipbreaker. Labor is dangerous. Select few. Hazard pay is worth the risk. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I kind of got the sense even from the early access game that this game is pretty pro-labor. Let's see. Food shortage continues. Blockades across Central Plains Confederacy. Pave the way to the Galaxy program. Accepted into Lynx Corporation's pioneering Pave the way to the Galaxy. Find a salvage station 42. Demonstrate the ability to build and grow a profitable operation. Employment can be revoked at any time. Acts of malice or insubordination will not be tolerated. Sweet. Link's work effort tracking program requires an account name. Please enter an account name below. Profanity or anti-corporate slang jargon is not accepted. I think I have a controller here, which I think should be fine, but... Selected revival package. We offer our EverWork asset replacement program to new employees. Cloning has a 0.02% chance of DNA corruption. Fun. Okay. Oh, we get to pick different voices. It's fine. I love that they have these options as like a diegetic job application menu. That's really funny. Chicken, plastic free, vegetarian. Love plastic free as an option. It's pretty great. I have no criminal record. A record in the Jovian frontier is acceptable. This is an incredible opening. I really like this. I'm not a member of and have never associated with a workers' union or other labor interests. Completed my annual medical exam and been cleared of having McCullough's lung. No commercial real estate interests on Luna or in the nation state of Arizona. This is awesome. Bring a positive attitude and problem-solving mindset. I understand the health risks. I will vote for Chancellor Shinshon. Outstanding. Wow, this is a pretty great opening. Terms and conditions. They actually built terms and conditions for this. That's pretty impressive. We're not going to skip training because I don't remember any of that. Sweet. Great.
Each day he steps into the yard to earn his wages working hard.
Game audio looks like it's probably fine. I'll set it down a little bit.
To return my daddy to those he loves. If there comes a time when he and death meet, bless the next cutter that takes his seat.
Yeah. None of this was here before, right? I feel like there was a little bit of commentary in the early access version just from like the process of going through your shift.
Hello, Cutter 9346-52. Your automated Lynx onboarding experience will now begin. Please observe this important message.
Space. Boundless promise. Limitless resources. A brighter future. It's here where hard workers like you, the backbone of civilization, will help us pave the way to the galaxy. I'm Calicia Rye Paulson, president of Lynx Corporation's Salvage Division. When my great-great-grandfather Exeter founded Lynx, he foresaw a remarkable opportunity among the stars. His vision eventually brought us the Railgates. Now spanning all the way to Jupiter, these are the veins connecting all of modern civilization. And the people flowing through them are its lifeblood. The Railgates reinvigorated humanity and are key to our continued progress.
A lot of cool lore in this. Now, they want to make Hardspace like a setting that Shipbreaker is a game in that setting, right? This is still the only game in the Hardspace setting.
It's an opportunity to be part
Kind of gives
of
me
the largest,
the Expanse
most
vibes.
successful, and most pioneering company in human history. Your dream may be to forge your own destiny one day. Well, work hard, heed your superiors, believe in the Lynx vision. Do this, and you too will get your chance. Your first step is to join our EverWork program, the greatest gift we give our employees, turning death into an ongoing opportunity for learning and growth. With Lynx, death is a fresh start. Good luck.
I like that it's not super over the top. Like, it's believable. Death is a fresh start. Yes, I want a fresh start.
Video observation complete.
It's like nudging right up to that line really well.
Sequence will now be extracted for use with the Lynx EverWork asset replacement program. Don't worry, pain levels during extraction are
EverWork.
largely tolerable.
Largely tolerable.
Please note, as outlined in Section 31 of your employment agreement, the process of genetic extraction will destroy your original body. Beginning extraction now.
You immediately die. This is really good.
Extraction analysis and backup complete. Thank you. Beginning spare generation.
I like that they do that too, so it's not like, oh, if you play perfectly, you'll never die and have to use an extra life. Congratulations, it is now safe to die. An additional fee is required for deaths that occur outside working hours. Amazing. I think the early access had something like this, right? Where you started off in massive debt. You're essentially working for company's script and repaying your debt. Debt is a sign of being prepared. Incredible. Data gives you tokens, which are sold to marketing firms. Okay.
All right. Breathe. You're okay. Everything's gonna be just fine. There you go. Plenty of folks feel a bit woozy with the first spare. Anyway, welcome aboard. The name's Weaver. I'm the foreman for yourself and a couple of other shipbreakers in this region. This year's Morrigan Station. She may not look like much right now, but once we boot her up, she'll purr like a kitten. All right, let's test out your orientation control. Do me a favor and look up at that cargo elevator up above.
Oh, that's cool.
That's it. So that's where all the salvage gets collected to be picked up by the transfer crew.
I haven't gotten a chance to see an options menu yet. I will once I get out of this.
To reorient.
It doesn't let you on the title screen. Speech. It's probably all fine by default. Let's change that to large. Large might be fine. I might even do extra large because it's pretty tiny right now. Yes, thank you for prompting me to save.
All right. Now let's get you flying.
Let's actually do one more step up there.
Activating your thruster controls now. Try moving around. Now vertical control.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Looks good. Now, to finalize these movement checks, I need you to fly to these waypoints.
So I think this is pretty similar to what was in early access, right? At least this seems familiar. I guess maybe now it has a character helping you out.
Used to be a cutter myself, you know.
Press them at the same time to break. Okay, I see.
Complications with my last revive. Those are early days in the tech, though, so never you mind about that. Oh, almost forgot the most important thing. Brakes. Get yourself going at a decent clip, and then test them out, why don't you?
Gotcha.
All right. Looks like the bay here was left in a bit of a mess. We're gonna clean this crap up. I'm gonna activate the furnaces. Now. Dang thing. Would you just...
Okay.
There you go. So these furnaces are used to melt down soft metals. Should go without saying. These things are hot as all get out. So, try not to drift into them by accident.
Roger.
Okay. Let's get a handle on your grapple tool. This fella here is a Shipbreaker's bread and butter. This is how we move salvage around. Activate the beam and hold it to grab an object and move it around, if it's not too heavy. Give it a go, and move one of these pieces into either furnace. So, when you're holding an object with the grapple, you can retract the beam. This will pull a light object to you.
The interface is really good.
It'll pull you towards it. Check out your HUD when you've got an object grappled. It shows you the mass of the object and whether you can move it or not.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice job cleaning up that soft metal scrap cutter. Let's move on to the bigger nanocarbon chunks now, shall we? You may have already noticed that these are too heavy to move with your grapple.
I did.
I'm enabling your scanner so we can check out their structural makeup. Go ahead and boot it up.
Fit the scanners up on the
This
D-pad.
molecular scanner lets you assess an object's structure. What I want you to focus on right now are these cut points. All right. Controls give me the go-ahead to get you cutting. You got quick access to all your tools through your HUD. Just open up your tool selector and choose the cutting tool.
Old cutter.
The cutting tool has two modes. The first one is the stinger. It's designed for precision vaporization of cut points like this. You ready to perform some zero-G surgery, Cutter? Well, let's split this scrap so it's light enough to move. That's how you
Okay,
do it.
so that just takes out that entire bit.
Let me
Kind
boot
of.
up the processor so you can salvage these. Do me a favor. Look on over at one of them there. Yeah, so I can see if they activate right. Yeah, perfect. Wish me luck here, Cutter. Me and technology, ain't always the best of friends. Hey, all right. We're in business. Now swap over to your grapple and toss one of those pieces you separated right in there.
That goes in deposit salvage instead, essentially. Okay, that's X to launch it. Oh. Probably take me a second to get used to again. My ability to launch is based on how heavy the thing is, so it's quite a bit harder if it's huge like this. Oh, it's got way too much momentum, doesn't it? Okay, come on. Come here. You try to just stop, I guess. Also just abandon this one and try to do the other one that's not flying around like that. Oops. Let's try this guy. So, do I have to worry too much about, like, fuel usage? I think I remember oxygen was a thing, right? I don't need to worry about being precise with my use of the thruster, for example. Because I can start pulling it so that it has momentum towards the thing I'm trying to take it to, right? Not there, though. Don't go in there. Okay. I'm, like, getting flown around everywhere here. Shit, and this one's about to get pulled in the wrong direction. Is there anything else I can do with this other than to slowly pull it towards the deposit point? Good enough?
Well, okay. We're almost done getting this bay in shape. Let's go after that large aluminum chunk over there. Now, this beast is way too heavy to move as is. It's also too dense for your stinger to break it down. And there are no structural cut points for us to take advantage of.
Got it.
We're gonna have to switch over to the split saw mode of your cutting tool and start slicing this thing down to size. Go ahead and switch cut modes now.
Swap tool mode.
Now try changing the angle of the cut. We're in business. I've unlocked the trigger on your cutting tool. It'll split that big chunk clean in two. Go ahead and give her a whirl. I'm going to turn on your salvage indicator so you can track how much work there is left to do. This thing will track how much you've salvaged and how much you've lost. For now, let's try and hit that first goal marker. And that's what it's all about, Cutter. The more salvage goals you complete, the closer you'll get to hitting your certifications.
Is that using a limited resource as well each time I activate that? That did not fully sever, did it? Any reason that didn't sever? Waste of material, okay. Okay, I didn't realize I could press that multiple times to get it launched in, okay.
Object not accepted.
Oh, does it actually have to get thrown into the furnace? I must have misunderstood that. We'll see if it yells at me here.
Raw material accepted.
Great.
Okay, it gave it to me. Thanks, game. That's nice of you.
Let's head on over to your hab and I'll show you the ropes there.
Gotcha.
Fly on over back to the master jack. I'll put a marker on it so you can find it easy. When you get there, head on in, and we'll get started.
New certification level awarded. License upgraded.
Huzzah! I love the dead in the corner. It's fantastic. This screen's really good too. Okay. And shift. Yeah, so I guess a lot of it is just kind of getting used to being in zero gravity.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Posters. Live, laugh, salvage. Decor. I love that one. Yeah, let's do that.
Welcome to your new home, Cutter. Has everything you need. This is officially called a ready-made long-term employee habitation something or other. Around here, we just call it your hab. Now, how's about you get yourself some rest? We'll pick up your training in the morning. Now sleep tight there, Cutter.
Okay.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx would like to share the following
The
message.
bouncing DVD menu.
The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
Unread messages. Unread messages will incur an hourly data storage fee after 10 days. Minimum payments are due by 10 a.m. Solar Standard Time each day. Failure to pay on time is considered a breach of contract.
Rise and shine, Cutter. Hope you feel well rested. Ready to continue your training? Okay, let's have a look at your employee terminal. Now, let's get caught up on career progression and certification. I've sent you a message with an explanation. Go on and give it a read.
Got it.
Clear as mud? Don't worry, I'm here to walk you through the process. Soon enough, I'm
Part of the
gonna
Lynx
introduce you to some of
family.
the other shipbreakers.
Have you ever worked for like retail? Have you worked at like
All right.
fast food restaurant or like a Walmart or something? This isn't over the top at all. I mean, I guess the whole like death is not the end ever work thing is because of the setting, but I don't know. Okay. Being important and good in this world comes with a price. Each privileged person who joins our family to become a shipbreaker comes with significant costs. Fortunately, Lynx shoulders the burden of these costs temporarily. Lets you hit the ground running and begin training stress-free. Employee Financial Relief Program. Safe, unlimited career progression and growth. This is good. I'm enjoying this stuff. So there's a little bit of it in early access, but they've really done a good job with it, I think, here. Yeah, absolutely. It's not because they won't, it's because they can't at the moment. Our ships are simply the best. Recent safety reports are wrong. Making work safer and allowing learning and growth without the risk of permanent death. God, I wonder who they got to write this. Or if they did a lot of research on like actual corporate materials. Another shot at improving your skills. Seamlessly. Presence transfer protocol has a plus or minus 0.001% margin of error due to solar interference, signal strength, subject state of mind at the moment of transfer, and other factors. This may result in identity shift, a medically benign process with minimal impacts on subject's working ability. Outstanding. Okay. So I guess I have certification as well. Gotcha. Ship catalog is over here at this workstation. No, it's equipment. Or is it I have to start the shift now to progress? I don't see an option for it here. Oh wait, maybe this will link me to it. See if there's other interactables in here before I move on. Okay.
This screen shows which ships you have access to. Each morning, you can choose to continue working on the ship you got, or start a fresh one. Go ahead and claim one, and we'll get to work.
What a cool concept for your first game in a setting, too.
She's all yours, Cutter. Your primary goal is to reach rank 3. Now try to remember, nanocarbon goes in the processor, aluminum goes in the furnace. Try to salvage the entire ship if you can. We call it using the whole buffalo. You'll hit your certs faster that way and start knocking out that debt of yours. I'll be observing and giving you any help if you need it. Good luck, Cutter. Weaver out.
Okay, so I know everything I need to know to do this. I think this is about as far as I got in the early access before. Like, I want to look for single cut points, but I might need to, like, use the wider beam to get inside to get to the single cut points. Is that right? Or is there an actual, like, intended entrance that's better to use? Okay. That's just highlighting the panel. Oh, this hatch, maybe? Probably going to take me a while to get used to the controls and the, like, core loops, so I appreciate y'all's patience with me. Okay, so we want to cut all of these to start with. Is that generally a good idea? Be careful holding that for too long. I see. I see where it says furnace now. One of these, like, data log things that I can return. No, I guess I can't do anything with that. Appreciate that I can't just stay in detective vision mode.
I know these ships look intimidating to scrap at first. But trust me, soon enough, you'll be stripping the huge Gecko-class freighters like nothing.
There goes the door, right?
Salvaging back down Earthside. In the droid scrapping biz. You know what made me come up here? One day, we got a batch of this particular model in. One of them kinds with synthetic skin and everything.
Is already movable? Or do I have to like slice it?
Looking ones like that.
Then go outside the
They're
ship
always
afterward.
too expensive to manufacture. Seems someone found a warehouse full of them. Mothballed for, 20 years or so. Since the AI ban took effect. Probably bought the whole lot for pennies, thinking they could turn a tidy profit with the salvage. No word of a lie. These things looked exactly like my stepbrother Jed. Even had the same slack-jawed expression. Now, Jed and I wasn't exactly pals.
It's pretty exciting. It's pretty satisfying whenever it pops off like that.
Bring myself to start smashing that
Goes in the
filthy thing.
processor rather than the furnace.
That's when I looked into getting on with links. I tell you what, it's a sight better to cut up something that doesn't look like a family relation. Anyway, I'm running on. I'll clear the channel. Holler if there's anything giving.
Looks like it tries to funnel it in. If it like huts a corner, that's fine.
Deposit. Credits transferred.
It's very satisfying. So you're only imparting a little bit of momentum each time you do that, especially with something that's heavy, but nothing is stopping it, so they'll get there eventually. This thing already moving? I don't have to be like super precise making the basket here, it seems like. As long as it's generally floating in the direction. Is there like a slight pull in that thing, like an actual funnel?
Deposit accepted for processing.
And I cannot pick this up, right? Or can it be thrown in the processor or something? Very satisfying.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Gotcha. Oh, it doesn't respond to anything. Okay. Okie doke, let's keep going in here. Because of the way space works, zero gravity works, I don't really have to worry if I disconnect something. As long as I'm not like bumping into it, it's not gonna float into a furnace or something on its own without me touching it. More stuff down in here. I'm guessing it's probably true that you want to avoid using the like more extreme cutter until you absolutely have to. It's just easier to manage the big pieces. Is this the door you were talking about that I can just pull? Or does that need to be cut as well? And that one I can actually like, move around easily.
Valuable object processed.
I only need to grab it with right trigger, it seems like. I don't have to also use left trigger in any way. So what's happening on my screen here? I've got the thing at the top is my progress in finishing this job. Do I have to worry about oxygen and fuel right now or not yet? I thought that was a concern like immediately in early access. I do kind of like that they throw you into this. Like, it's very intimidating to go from the opening mission straight to this without getting constant guidance. So I can't pick this up. Okay. For this. Okay. That's cool. Audio balance okay now after I made those adjustments earlier? Looks like the music and the sound are pretty quiet, but you can hear Weaver when he talks. Okay, cool, thanks. If there's any more of these easy joints I can dissolve here. And then I saw one back here somewhere. Okay, and I guess I can use this to tell how heavy something is at a glance without having to... I thought I saw another one back in this direction somewhere. Up in the front, maybe? Oh shit, I don't know which way I'm facing. Oops. That's gonna be a recurring problem. I guess I didn't appreciate that I can also impart some of my own momentum on a thing just by holding it with the grapple. I thought I needed to hold left trigger to do that, but that's just to kind of do a big burst on something. Hopefully that's close enough for it to get sucked in.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded. Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Shouldn't be terribly heavy, right? This guy's pretty big. I can still pop it in there without too much trouble.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
The bar next to the weight readout in the center HUD is red. Push will rebound on you instead of moving the object. Okay, that's helpful, thank you. So this is not disconnecting because it's still connected by something other than a joint, is that right? I guess I can try pushing everything else first. It's really easy to forget what my orientation is sometimes.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Okay, gotcha.
cleared. Rewards allocated.
Structural, I can't do systems or objects yet. Okay, so there's design space for more things to do later on.
Valuable object processed.
Oh, if I'm grappled onto something, it will limit my push to only that thing. That's helpful. Yeah, seeing the ship come apart like that is really satisfying.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Doing great, sweetie.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded. Salvage goal obtained.
I think I can't disconnect any of those things at all, right? So now it's time to start cutting stuff. This whole thing has to go in the furnace. Confirm that I can't, like, move it. Whoops, that's funny. I can still grab this, probably. About to say this game would be fun in VR, but then realized this game would probably make you throw up in VR.
Valuable object processed.
Okay. This is a really satisfying core loop. I'm enjoying it so far. Might let me push this? Let's see. Yeah. So I have more ability to push heavy things than I appreciated. The people who could play it in VR would love it. Yeah. I like trying to do all the processor stuff and the furnace stuff separately. Okay, I don't think this comes off. I guess I can try. No, it does, I guess. But there's stuff in there that I would waste if I don't pull it off first. The windows. Is there a meaningful way for me to separate the windows? Yeah, that makes sense. But probably not worth the effort. Try it here. Just to try to learn here. Is that the best way to do it? Just get it on the edges like that? Like on the material and rather than on the Processor material. I'm almost certainly going to lose some of it to being imperfect at cutting it out, but I guess that's fine. Oh, oops. Okay, I see what I did. Hold on. Still slightly connected to it. I need an ability to like stop something once I start moving it. I don't see where it's connected, honestly. I think I disconnected it there. I see how the value went down with the way I cut it there. Gotcha. It's probably just not worth cutting out in the future, given that's time I could have spent working on another piece, essentially. Gotcha.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Fine. More processor thing. Makes sense. I definitely can't pick those floating things up at the moment, right? Maybe I can later.
Valuable object accepted for processing. Material accepted. Credits assigned.
Okay, so this thing is too big, so I'm gonna have to start slicing this thing up, right? Separate it all along this thing. Okay. But really what I should be doing is separating this center piece that's holding it together instead of what I just did. Learning. So I already started. I'll just keep doing what I was doing. Already got too many pieces floating around, which I'm not happy about.
Material accepted.
That still isn't as disconnected as I was hoping it would be. Yeah, it's really good. I know there's a smarter way to do this. I'm just trying to make sure I understand why this isn't working. Probably still counts as connected. Probably there that was the problem. Okay, let's see now if it lets me. There we go. Really not great way of doing that, but you gotta do it wrong to learn to do it right.
Final salvage goal reached. All rewards allocated.
Rest of those I didn't actually sever, I don't think. So I guess, should I be looking at this? The thick bars are what I should be considering when deciding what to cut here, I guess. The least complex part of the object. Makes sense. Oops. So that didn't sever as much as I was hoping it would based on looking at it. Okay, I'll have to get a feel for that, I guess. In the basket. I might be able to move this whole thing now. Right, because the little weight indicator isn't red.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
That was fun. So the bar at the top, like, I guess I missed a little bit because of screwing up the window and not quite, like, overcutting, I guess. But it's just showing you theoretically what the maximum could be if you could somehow get the entire ship in with nothing destroyed by the cutter.
New certification level achieved. License upgraded.
Hello, Shipbreaker 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. Make the most of your shift by fanning the tiny sparks of effort into flames of profitability.
New sticker unlocked.
Looking good, Cutter. Now go ahead and pick another ship.
I love the ones that just say decor. It's fantastic. Fire. Shipbreakers are exposed to hazard levels in ships only according to their proficiency level and median estimated emotional adjustment time should death occur. Mackerel heavy cargo. We apologize for misstating the fuel efficiency of this model. In fact, it is positively adequate for the transport needs of many companies. One-stop shop for your shipbreaking needs. Dispenses all the items. Won't leave the hab without. I love that you have to buy your own tools. Of course you do. It's like good for the game design, but also good for the narrative. Already factor in your 1.7% employee discount on Tuesdays only. Gotcha. I have a sticker in here somewhere, right? This one? That's really funny. I enjoy that. And I don't have any way to upgrade things yet, right? It looks like tier requirement not met. So I just have to go straight to a new ship for now. Assume it'll direct me. Hazard level 2. I should just like go through each of the unique ships one by one is probably the best way to progress the story.
All right. Hold up a second there, Cutter. Because you've increased your rank, we're gonna give you the next greatest ship. Now this one will be full of machinery, electronics, furniture, all stuff that Lynx can collect and resell. You're gonna want to throw those items on the barge. That's, the big green thing below you. Go ahead, have a look. Toss any valuable objects or components down there. Don't worry about breaking anything. There's a dampening field that'll catch everything.
Nice.
Works great. Most of the time. Let's give it a go.
Oh, really? That's cool. Is the current strategy of just finding and vaporizing all of these before doing anything else reasonable? Is that going to cause me problems down the line if I do it too much? So it wants this in the barge now instead of in salvage. Gotcha.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Yeah, makes sense. That's cool that the ships are randomized. I didn't know that. So it just like puts them together. Oh, I see the... Careful not to blow myself up here, I guess. Oops. Wait, oh, it's done. Okay. Yeah, the connection persists a while after you've actually removed it, which is a bit confusing. Something else in here too? This whole thing is for the barge, right? Or is there supposed to be something inside there? Looks like it's pointing at something. Yeah, I can kind of hear the sound effect. That's what I've been listening for. Just wondering what the 5 square icon is.
Salvage accepted. Credit
Object
applied.
HP, okay. That would take damage if it like bumps into something, for example, or I hit it with a laser. processor. So the game had me put stuff in the processor in the first mission that technically should have gone in the barge, but it left the barge out to make the first mission easier, right? So I get a feel for what things go where. I know I can just look at what it says on the screen where to put it.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Okay, I thought I had like a door, because it had me throw the door in the barge instead of in not the bar. It had me throw the door in the barge in this level. In the previous level, it had me throw it in the processor. Okay, so I can use that meter to eyeball, is this thing disconnected or not, I guess, and then think about that.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Does every player get a completely different set of ships then, essentially? Like, is it that randomized?
Deposit not accepted.
That's cool. The part it didn't accept there was the exploding tank. Is there something I can do with the exploding tank separate from everything else? Gotcha. Oh, you can just grapple it off. Okay, I'm like a little worried about using the cutter for that. Does it I gotta ask this question. Does it tell you when you're holding a piece that there's multiple things connected to it that have to go into different repositories? Is there like some kind of on-screen indicator that that's the case, or do you just have to move your mouse over all of it and make sure that it's all going in the same place? Doesn't tell you if you're holding mixed goods. Some objects can be detached with your grapple. They don't show you green, it looks like, right? Imagine you eventually get pretty confident with just launching things into the basket and not
Valuable object processed.
thinking about it anymore. But I'm not there yet. Develop trust for the funnel on the basket.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Get inside and do all these little guys. Yeah, this would be a really good podcast game. This game seems structured in such a way that you're not gonna like end up in a failure state or something if you make those mistakes. You're encouraged to learn, it seems like. Oh, interesting. Empowered airlock console. Hey Bucky, how you doing? A little bit careful here. Shot for that boy. Love that it will not warn me that the thing I'm pointing at is going to blow me up if I press the button. I would love if that was like an upgrade you had to buy. Tooltip that tells you, hey, pressing the laser button here will kill you. Well, don't know what I just blew up, but it wasn't good. Radio malfunction. What was it that blew up? Was there like another one of these behind it or something? Ah, okay. It was just like behind the wall there and the laser cut through and poked it.
Nice work. Got that pretty quickly. Now, let me teach you about the kiosk. Once the training wheels come off, Link's regulations mean you gotta cover your own oxygen and fuel costs. That's the way things go. Turning it on now. Now,
Shit.
no need to panic. They'll last you a good while. But if you end up running out, you gotta top up at the kiosk over there. Let's have a look.
So is the red on the right side of the bar the stuff that I could have salvaged that I've already destroyed? Showing me essentially what's still possible based on my mistakes. Gotcha. So they're relatively forgiving in terms of getting the highest possible rating. I like that way of framing it too, that it's like, now you have to pay for it. Been limited the whole time, you just didn't realize that it was, that they were paying for it. Interesting. Anything above the highest rating, I mean, it's like extra money technically, but it's not... There's not a ton of reason to keep going once you have the highest rating, it seems like. Time spent going for more stuff is time you could be spending on the next map, getting a higher rating on that one. Yeah, exactly. That's really good. Ludo narrative synergy. I like it. Okay. How we coming here? Still have some joints that I don't... They're like behind the wall already, it seems like. Maybe I have to remove some more panels to be able to see them. Machinery that's part of the airlock. Can't see the thing that I'm trying to grab there, right? Like in the wall. Be in the crawl space to get at.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Oh, like I didn't take the lights off? Okay, I see. So you kind of have to make decisions about, is it worth whatever the credit value is to take that off and throw it in the barge. Sometimes it is, I imagine, sometimes not so much. Interesting. Yeah.
Object accepted for processing.
It's a storage bin. Oh boy.
Salvage goal missed. Reward potential lowered.
That's cool. Repair kit. Might want to get that crate off of there. So where does it say that there's a disconnect point? That wasn't clear to me how you can see that.
Salvage secured. Credits
Gray is generally barge once it's been disconnected. Okay, let me try to watch for it next time. I wish this view showed barge stuff in green, but I could see that being an upgrade or something they did very intentionally.
transferring credits.
Okay, we'll do it on the next bit. Looking at an object with the grapple, with arrows pointing toward the reticle. Okay, so those suddenly appearing. Because there aren't any now, but now there's a bunch of extra arrows north, south, east, and west. super not worth it. I guess if you're quick about it, you can pull it off really fast and then launch it.
Confirmed. Applying credit.
Thanks. See it.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage goal met. Rewards will
At
be.
least they make the barge easy to launch into. Oh, basket.
Deposit accepted for processing.
A feeling it's not actually draining fuel or O2 until I go check the the kiosk, so I'm just gonna abuse that for now.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Why are there all these like excess pieces just lying around? I haven't used the cutter at all. It's just the way the ship is laid out, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Harvest Moon Day 1 farm cleanup. Oh, it's from the explosion. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Learn not to bother.
Applying credit.
Nope, it's gonna go in the wrong basket. Hey, maybe. No, it's gonna go flying off into space. Bye. Sure, that makes sense. Getting out the window was super not worth it before, so I'm not going to bother.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
I do like that you can kind of quickly eyeball, was it worth doing that? Because there, I guess the glass was worth almost as much as the entire thing that I threw in there, so maybe I should have cut it out. Still can't grab these things. Okay. That's fine. Oh, okay, I thought it was like 150k versus 80k.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
I guess at some point you could tactically use explosions on purpose. Super advanced play. I can see there being a lot of design space for upgrades in this. It's pretty cool. Oh shit, I should have taken the back thing off of it. Well.
Unit processed. Transferring credits.
Oh, it didn't yell at me for the orange part? Wait, so orange just means the panel is light. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean processor versus furnace. Gotcha.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Okay. And it's still connected. I see. Now I can see the connections from out here. Lots of things going on with this, it looks like. Technically, this guy comes off, it looks like. I need like a face the barge button. Imagine you get better at it as you play, but...
Applying credit to account.
Goes. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I thought was about to happen.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
The airlock consoles are worth a decent amount, it seems like.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
I think there's anything on there that's not furnace, as far as I can tell. I think I should be able to get it in the baskets.
Deposit accepted.
Can you... So... I'm tempted when I'm doing this to start quick saving a lot and then loading if I ever blow something up just because of how annoying it is. Is that recommended or actively not recommended? Live with your failures kind of a thing?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Try to get to 4. Looks like it's still technically possible. Ah, okay. So I'd have to start the whole shift over. I think that's a smart choice, honestly. Otherwise, I'd feel compelled to save scum. I like when games have like a save regime or autosave schedule like that that discourages save scumming explicitly. The save scumming isn't fun. I don't like doing it. It feels like I'm not actually playing the game, right? Just part of why games like RTSs are deeply stressful for me, because I feel like the correct way to play them is to cheat constantly. Okay. I guess you could like move something so that it's already facing
Salvage secured.
the barge, so it's easier to launch everything into it. Hey, thank you, Farron. Appreciate that. Looking out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transfer.
So these I was able to see as gray, even though they were still attached. Can I always see gray things while they're still attached? Maybe I just haven't been noticing them before.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage
Hey,
deposit.
that's good enough. Let's get out of
Applying
here.
Credit to account.
You lose money, and money is fake, right? Work by profit.
Welcome to Metro 9000. Having good stuff, Cutter. Pretty easy, right?
No
All right.
niños.
I'll leave you to it. We'll chat again when you've hit the next rank. Weaver out.
Bye, Weaver. I do like the little summary. And is it showing you like sorted by the most expensive thing you destroyed first?
New certification level attained. License level increased.
I'm glad I did blow something up there. It's good to get a sense of what actually happens when you screw up.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy this inspirational message. The last 10% of a job takes as much energy as the first 90%, which is why it's so important to always give 110%.
I swear to God, whoever wrote this either worked a lot of these jobs or did a shitload of research on like actual corpse speak. Caution is advised. Variety of scientific instrumentation, beware of electrical hazards. I really like the progression of the level design so far, too, adding new things to worry about. My predecessor Ted incorrectly stated there were frequent electrocutions aboard exolabs. Actually, those electrocutions are still being investigated.
Hey, Cutter. I'm looking at the stats coming from your bay, and it's looking like you're really gonna make your way around here.
Yeah, Portal went like really hard over the top satire. This is like right up against the line of like I could see this being in a real company sometimes.
In the equipment room, and we'll see about upgrading your tools.
I think I just reviewed all these, right?
I'm gonna read this straight from the manual. Lynx rewards hard work and learning by giving shipbreakers
Love the
access
debt.
to tool improvements and new equipment. Reaching salvage goals is essential for becoming a master shipbreaker. Basically, they want to make sure you prove yourself first, before giving you the big guns. Completing salvage goals will net you shiny Lynx tokens. Use those tokens here.
Hey, corporate
to
script.
get yourself some new gear. So let's get going and learn about one of the most important tools in a shipbreaker's toolbox. Tethers. Go ahead and purchase them.
Part of the grapple? Tether module?
Repeat after me, Cutter. Tethers are your friends. Now, have a quick read.
Ah,
I'll
okay.
back in the bay.
think I understand. I start unlocking other stuff as well. They try to set it so that I'm only rank 4, so that's the only thing I can afford now. That makes sense. Isn't that nice? You have no option but to do that. I'm gonna do training. I don't have another option, is that right? Making sure there's not another ship that I can get. It's trying to teach me tethers with the training ship, presumably. Okay.
Let me tell you how to use these things. Tethers are more powerful than the beam of your grapple. They're great for moving super heavy salvage. Try it out. Press and hold the secondary input for the grapple to begin placement. Point where you want the salvage to move to, then release the input to create the tether.
Needs multiple tethers to be strong enough to pull it, I guess. Or do they not want me to mess with those at all? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Great. Now,
Wow, I'm really glad.
you want to get rid
This
of
is
the
great. I'm
tether
glad
in
you
the
understand
first
why this is amazing
place.
as soon as you get it.
There's a command you can send, but take note that it clears all of your tethers. Go ahead and try it now. Yeah. There
Which
you
is
go.
fine because they're already
Now,
moving.
You've got unlimited tethers during this training exercise. But after this, when you need more, you'll have to buy them from the kiosk.
So cancel
Let's see how
destroys
well you can
them.
handle 'em. Try and clear out a bunch of that scrap. You can stack multiple tethers on one object to increase the pull force. You can also chain objects of any size together to move them as a group. I've seen some cutters do incredible things with a daisy chain of tethers.
That's fun.
Salvage.
All right. Well done, Cutter. Like I said, tethers are your friends. Once you get the hang of them, you can get pretty creative on how you use them. Now, when you're ready, let's go back to the hab and continue with the day.
But either way, once I activate the tether, it's consumed, right? Okay, gotcha. So does it just pull the lighter thing to the heavier thing, essentially?
Salvage
The
deposit
credits that are
registered.
happening now are pointless.
Account
Gotcha.
credited. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Pulls them to their shared center of mass. Okay.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. This is your daily wake-up call.
Amazing. Okay. Oh, tell me if I've got new messages, I guess. I don't think I have anything new to learn here, so I'm still rank 4. Okay. Do this one. Mackerel Exolab. Hauntings are not covered under the Lynx insurance plan.
Cutter, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce you to the rest of the crew in our sector. Sound off, everyone.
Hey, Rook. Name's Luke. I was the worm until you showed up, so thank you. Now I get to do the hazing.
What are you talking about? We don't do that. Welcome aboard. Don't listen to her. I'm Dee Dee.
Oh, Nina. Hey, I'm
Kai! Your mic's still messed up.
How about now?
Better.
Oh, hey, I'm Kaido. Kai.
Mic's still busted, huh?
Oh, yeah, still waiting on the rec. I'm still working on it as fast as
Okay, lesson learned.
Cutter, I added you to the sector comms channel. It can get lonely out here. Helps to check.
Now I need to upgrade it to be able to do this, or can I do it by just retargeting it before it
Back to it. Weaver out.
fills up on
Bye-bye.
heat?
Bye.
Later, Rook.
Requires that to get through it? Okay. I thought if it was highlighted like yellow like this that I could always cut through it normally, but I got you. So I'm gonna be weird about trying to conserve tethers. Are they trivial to re-up on? Should I just use them as much as possible?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Yep, got you. Means you make more money in the time you saved. Just confirming that that was my expectation, and that is in fact the case. And I can get them mid-mission. I don't have to only pick them up outside of the mission.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I got you. If I can just launch something trivially by tapping X a couple times, do it. Otherwise,
Salvage
use
deposit registered. Account credited.
tethers, essentially. Am I going to get an oxygen warning that's enough time, roughly, to make it back to refill, or is the warning when it's already too late?
Salvage deposit secured.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Credits awarded. deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Okay, thanks.
Object accepted for processing.
That's what I wanted to know. Appreciate it.
Credits deposited.
Cutter, make your way back to the kiosk on the starting platform to fill up your O2. Blue ain't your color. Trust me on this one. We were out.
Okay, so I start booking in immediately. I have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's not great with my current upgrades. Gotcha. Come on. Oh, God. Activate terminal.
Welcome to Vintage 9000.
Now, this costs a flat amount regardless of... It's not going to, like, cost a variable amount if it's topping me off, right?
Have a nice day.
I still have a max of 20 tethers held at a time. By that you mean just the regular grapple, not since the tether is between two objects, right? Okay, that makes sense. Don't want to pull that toward me is the problem. I want to turn around to see where I'm going here. Oh, that's a pickup. Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, gotcha. One's processor.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Processor deposit accepted. Credit
Cable
awarded.
junction. This is the electricity. Brett. Assume there's a way to safely disconnect everything before you start messing around in here. Your tool could set you on fire. It's fantastic. You make these to be safe.
Cutter, we got 5 minutes left till we call it a day. We were out.
Oh, this is just straight up time limit on top of everything else? Okay, I didn't realize that before. Thought it was just the oxygen. But I really need to like prioritize the stuff that is worth the most. So like not that, for instance.
Salvage accepted.
True dedication to poor safety. It's connected, or is it connected via something else? Be something else. Okay. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn, so I do get to come back to the ship on a later day, essentially.
Hey, Cutter, I need you to head back to the kiosk on the starting platform to fill up your O2 stat. We were out.
Oh, okay. Those are easier to grab onto than I realized. Ah, but that's a problem. Okay. Brakes are not as effective as I thought they were. I'm gonna die.
Critical oxygen levels detected.
Working on it.
Welcome to Visitron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Assume I can eventually upgrade my brakes. Would be nice. I don't know what's connecting these right now. This? No, that was connected to something else. Okay. Supposed to be a button to grab things with your hand. Messing with.
Raw material deposited. Transferring credits. Deposit accepted for processing.
That included the communications array that I was trying to recover earlier. Okay. Gotta be more careful about that, I guess. Get to this.
Look sharp, Cutter. 1 minute left on the clock.
So do I have to get back before the shift ends, or does the shift just end when the time runs out? remember anything I had in place, like existing tethers at the start of the next shift.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, Rook. I was thinking our crew should crack some beer sometime. You know, shoot the breeze, fantasize about a debt-free life and all that. Not that that's gonna happen anytime soon. Like, Weaver's been at this for years. 20, maybe?
Say it's
I
way
was
longer than
thinking
20,
that
right? If they can
grade
keep
school when he started.
respawning you.
Dee Dee sends most of her money home. Goes through links, of course, with huge transfer fees. And Kaido, well, look, Kai's great. He just hasn't really taken to the work. Lynx calls him a low earner. As for me, I'm trying to get there as fast as I can. I just need enough to get me one of those mining skiffs. You know, for boat running. Still so many rich rocks along the frontier line. Eventually want to hire some friends from back home. Oh, the Airs platforms. Around Mars? Good people. But work's hard to find there. Don't know when that'll be, though. Just when I think I'm earning at a steady clip, there's another fine or fee. This job's fun as hell and all, but I got other plans. Maybe you do too. Anyway, don't want to get a fine for tying up comms. Kidding! That's not a thing. I don't think. Either way, good luck, Rook. Blue out.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
I like how this tells you you're not paying your debt back. It's not happening. Eric Cutter mentioned the word beer.
How you holding up there, Cutter? Seems like you're getting the knack for it. Trust me, when you get well versed in the art of shipbreaking, it becomes a joy to show up to the yard each day. Ain't a trade like it. Dancing between the ribs of a ship, spitting heat, dosey-doing with a 10-ton panel.
Doing this for like hundreds of
Take a
years.
breather. Gaze out at the rest of the human race, buzzing in the distance. Huh. Can you tell I miss it? It's all right. Helping y'all get there is near as good. Ah, dang it. I got corporate ringing me. Good luck out there today, Cutter. Talk to you again soon. We were out.
See ya. Lynx mandates each cutter salvage the maximum amount of value possible in a timely manner. Oops. It's 15 minutes per day, is that right? Okay, I see the hand thing. Like a way to like stick to surfaces, essentially. That's pretty helpful. Surprised they didn't tutorialize that. Pretty convenient. It's really convenient. I really like the whole tethers are your friends.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
You're not kidding. Yeah, it's 2 buttons you probably aren't using very often. Is it worth breaking the cable junctions? What is that actually doing for me? I feel like that's bad because then I have to manage all the cables separately. Yeah, just being able to like press and hold, you can like grab a thing and just stay stabilized. It's really helpful. It'd be really mean if it let me like zap through my hand there. Like a door that I can pull here. Yes, okay. Oh, cute. Over the moon. That's fun. Try to make your room less horrible. Get some more of these later.
Warning. Oxygen low. Note that oxygen costs can be reduced through good breathing practices.
Ah, okay, so I was worried I was gonna like slam into it and die immediately. That's really helpful, thank you.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Have a nice day.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Gotta get something actually solid. Uh-oh. 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 It seems like you take minimal damage from crashing into stuff, or it's more forgiving than you might imagine. Too many more joints to do. Most of that is wires, it looks like. Okie doke. Here we go. Guess you could try to save on tethers. Well, I'm trying to understand when it's best to tether a bunch of things together and then launch that into the exit, you know? Shit. Give it anything else in that module? I don't think so. Just not gonna worry about the wires. Too much work to mess around with.
Salvage secured.
Makes sense.
Applying credit.
A thing you can do that's fancy but unnecessary, essentially.
Processing valuable object. Credit awarded.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Might just be a geometry problem, right? So to get this thing off, I have to use the cutter. Since there's no joint connecting it. I don't know what the best way to dislodge it would be, to be honest. Is it supposed to be connected? It's not connected to those blue beams, right? Oh, this thing? Oh, no kidding. Okay. That generally true whenever something looks like it's just connected like that?
Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
All right. This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter. 5 minutes left. We were out.
Out above grade. Interesting. This whole thing has that problem. Let's see. Oh, really? Does it convey to me whether the tether's gonna work or not, somehow?
Object not accepted for processing.
I launched the airlock. Whoops, that was a mistake. I don't know if there's anything on screen that tells me whether the tether's gonna work.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Processing valuable
God.
deposit.
No, this isn't gonna happen. have to practice to get better about this, I guess. Ow.
Salvage goal missed. Rewards eliminated.
Come on. Or I die.
Tether supplies are low. Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable oxygen supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
Hey, how's it going? Those are supposed to be like grab points on the outside of it. I just have to do it more to get used to how much is too much. Okay, there's a bunch of computer banks in there, but
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
there's a lot of furnace stuff in here that's not easy to disconnect from the rest of it. Hard for me to eyeball it though and say what most of the value is from. It's probably from processing, right? If I had to guess. Computers are important. Get that next time then.
Processing object. Applying credits to account. Deposit accepted. Salvage goal failed. Rewards voided.
So that's where all my salvage goals are getting lost there because of the computers getting thrown in there. I understand. So not great, but I learned lessons, so that's helpful. Makes sense, yeah. It's hard to tell which of the things you're throwing in the barge are worth going for. Lights, definitely not. Furniture, kind of. Anything computer banks, it sounds like, are really important. Pan-Terran Media Conglomerates Fun Friend Animals pilot program. Despite appearing very similar to bunny characters A, B, C, E, and G, bunny character D was determined to be the most popular among children aged 4 to 12. Bunny character F, least popular with this age group, proved most popular among those aged 25 to 40, and is featured in a series of videos and games for adults. Moose character, pigeon characters A to C, and salmon character were unpopular because they were based on animals that had been extinct for over 100 years. In their latest video series, Bunny Does the Right Thing, Bunny opens an ice cream shop in New York. Light rats infest the shop. The health administration forces the shop to close. Dee's friends encourage them to apply for government small business assistance to help them get a new shop. Government official helps Dee understand that the best thing they can do is not apply. This would unnecessarily draw valuable finances away from the government that could be used to the betterment of society elsewhere. The moral of the story is to trust in market forces and in government to make the best decisions for everyone. Incredible. Fun Friend Animals, the movie. $40 to 50% of the total value is barge items, 40% processor, 5 to 10% furnace. Okay, that's helpful to know. bunny. That's nice. Didn't get a rank up out of any of that, right? Okay. Probably would have if I hadn't have gotten a 2 on the ship, but what are you gonna do? I learned. That's basically identical, right? And this would be starting a different one. Should I be trying to continue until I get at least like a 4 or a 5, or is it fine to move on after? I don't know if it's like keeping track of whether I complete a ship or something. Oh, that's cute. I guess I could try this one again now that I know what I'm doing, but... Well, I meant there's another ship that's basically identical that I wanted to start over on. Yeah, I get that. I meant the other ship that was, like, identical in the menu. Brakes suck. I'm just wondering if the game tracks, like, percent completion or whatever. Does it care that that vehicle ended with a 2-star rating or whatever in any way, or no, just move on to the next one. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Try this again here. Sure. Okay.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Thank you. That was what I expected, but I wanted to make sure that was true. I really like this game. I think it's really well structured. My only fear is that there's some kind of busted, degenerate strategy of, like, exploding the ship into the barge and just starting another map again, right? Just to try to get as many points as you can over and over and over. But I think the fun thing is trying to 100% complete a ship. Do you get, like, more... How do I put this? When I go from 4 to 5, am I effectively getting 1 extra point, or am I effectively getting 5 extra points? Like, is it more rewarding the more of a ship you break down? Or does it not? Oh, damn it. Sorry, this computer acoustic bridge only unloads like 80% of the time. Turn it off. Last goals were 2.5 as much. Okay. Yeah, so I'm wondering how valid it is to like boot up the game and rush the first objective and then just start over and do a new ship and keep doing that over and over. I guess it's kind of like, again, the game's geometry is laid out in such a way that it's a lot of work to go through and do all of the getting rid of these joints, but then once that's done, it's not that much work to turn everything in for rewards. Those like consumables that I'm picking up, the tool repair kits? Gotcha. But I guess what I'm wondering is, like, when I pick up that kit, does it instantly repair my tools? Is it like a on-use free heal to them, or is it like a thing that sits in my inventory that gets used when necessary? I'm wondering if I should just fly through the ship and disconnect all the things that should go on the barge and just leave them floating so I can spot them more easily later. But I saw a gray thing out here. Maybe I didn't. Oh, that's on that one screen? Okay.
Warning. Low oxygen levels detected.
So I can just do that and then let off the button once I'm traveling in the right direction. Ah, okay. That's probably the way to do it.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
There's like zero reason whatsoever to penny pinch on that console, right? If I'm like, unless if I'm like 90% full, I may as well just top off every time I have to go to it on everything. Gotcha. See where those yet. Trying to look for gray stuff here if I can. Junction box itself dangerous? Once it gets pulled, it's not dangerous anymore, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oopsie, I don't have a way to put out fires. Like the music changing. The whoops song. Oopsies. Don't touch other things with something that's on fire. Roger.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, this fire is great in space. All the oxygen. That's fine, I understand. It's an interesting hazard. Special kind of space fire. Lore-wise, there's technically a faint amount of atmosphere in the dock for drag reasons. Okay, it's fine. I'm not gonna. I'm not one of those people. I completely understand and appreciate gameplay abstractions like that because it's fun. So that O2 canister only refills the oxygen I have right now. It's not adding to a set of med kits that I can access later. It's an instant consume, right? I was talking about earlier with the repair kits. Using it when I'm already topped off is a waste.
Shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do. Weaver out.
Who's inside? When does one get inside? Maybe one doesn't get inside there? Have to like cut my way in? Oh. Cut above grade, okay. Or above cut grade, I should say. There's a lot of stuff I just can't get to with my current upgrades, it seems like. Stuff that should be already disconnected, like to try to get rank up here.
Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Use you.
Valuable object processed.
Oh, I didn't know it was a puzzle. My bad. Well, the game would just tell me if there was something that was supposed to be accessible. I just assume, oh, it says that my cut grade's not strong enough, so I'll be able to do it once I get a higher tier laser. How do you know that the ship is totally doable with your current skills? You just know that from playing the game before?
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I assume I could load into a ship that requires upgrades that I don't have access to yet. Oh, that's stuff I've already thrown in there. Okay.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Uh-oh.
Got her.
Okay.
Got about 1 minute to make your mark on this shift.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. registered. Transferring credits.
Computers in here I didn't grab yet.
Valuable object accepted for processing. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage secured.
Didn't quite get two. It's okay. Hey,
Certification
nice.
level has been achieved. License level increased.
Is enough to buy some new stuff, so that's good. Okay.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have one incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, Rook. You ever think about starting your own business out there? You know, be your own boss? I swear, one day, I'll get a decent belt runner and make my own money. Maybe bring my old man along to help sniff out the good rocks. My dream is to
I like that
take
they have the one
ship
that's
Build
non-profitable
some machinery to help
for
with
your
heavy-duty mining.
coworkers.
Make it safer. If we ever both get out of here,
If we
I'd hire you.
try
in
to start a
heartbeat.
union and get like horribly crushed.
If you don't end up coming with me, I hope you get to make your own way out there. Definitely ping me if you do. Blue out.
Yeah, I think like obviously the corporate speak content in Portal is really good, but Portal's also like one of the best written games of all time. So like I don't think that diminishes how well it's written in this.
All the team at Lynx would like to wish you a happy and productive day.
Potential high earners. Reaction of reactors is one of the most valuable duties.
Duty.
Expect the utmost care when engaging with a variety of reactor setups you'll encounter. Nice priority during every salvage operation. You're a direct path to the barge. They're unstable once removed from their protective housing and cause severe damage to surrounding objects. Customize your living space to boost your mood and increase productivity. Yeah, your salvage income is always a little bit more than what you're paying, or even a lot of it more than your daily pay.
The reactor. Most dangerous part of shipbreaking. But you got this. Continue when you're ready, Cutter.
Oh, so it won't message just to review. It will prompt me to read them as soon as I wake up in the morning. I don't have to check that console constantly. Just the slot machine. Okay, so now I should be able to do range up. Maybe. Spending tokens on this? Okay. Range up. Tether amount. Max tether's 30. That's probably good to pick up. Durability drain rate down. Or top speed on the thruster. Sounds really helpful. Helmets, more oxygen, maybe. Suit integrity. Oh, that's kind of cool. Demo charges. Okay, so we do thrusters. Oxygen. I have 16 tokens left. Not enough script. I guess I could get this, but it's not a big deal at the moment. Can't afford that yet. Okay. Roll with what I got. Yes. I can do, after I finish the ship, I can do the tutorial for reactors is what the next thing is, it seems like. Oh yeah, the extra thruster speed is very noticeable.
Who's whistling? No whistling!
What? Why? What's wrong?
You don't know? It's bad luck!
Bad luck? Why is it bad luck?
It just is. Damn,
That's just superstitious, no?
what's wrong with you kids? What's next? Salvaging 7 of the same type of object in a row?
Wait, is that bad luck?
Not great at getting the windows out. I'm not sure I understand the smartest way to do it.
You listen to me, kiddo. I've been doing this job for 17 years.
Like, that's not enough to
Seen a
disconnect
lot
it
of
from
bad
the
stuff in my day.
thing, right?
When I'm telling you don't whistle, don't process 7 of the same object in a row, and don't look at the moon while inside a ship, you really need to listen. All right, all right. No more whistling. We got it.
Let me just launch that into something.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Yeah, so I can't see the total makeup, right? I can see, okay, I have to look at both pieces and say that's better for the furnace overall. Oop.
Material deposited.
I'm hoping I get something specific to glass later on. That would be nice.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid.
Hooray. What did the scanner upgrade do? That's systems here? Okay. Electrical, fuel, coolant, radiation, reactant. That's pretty helpful. Sure, okay. All the hazards, it seems like a good idea. Shit. Really getting disoriented, okay. See, this airlock housing is only on one side, which makes sense. Watch out for that guy. So is it contact with the laser that causes it to explode, or is it, does it actually like doing a heat simulation of the nearby thing that you're targeting? Oh no, Six Gun, I'm sorry to hear that. Sucks. I can't get that out of there the way the rest of this is laid out at the moment. Okay. Airlock is worth a lot of money too. Makes sense.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
No real benefit to severing the pipe junctions, it doesn't seem like. Just fuel, okay. So I might be being too careful with the fuel. Like, I'm guessing the fuel doesn't explode unless it really hits something hard, but it's the reactor that's going to be okay. Don't bump into anything with it. You're playing operation.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
There's supposed to be a way inside this housing? Oh, okay, I guess it's over here. Got all the super valuable stuff out of here. Wow, the power cell is worth a shitload of money for how tiny it is. Right on.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Confirm there's nothing interesting in here other than that light. No? Okay. I do like that those are so fire and forget, and I really appreciate they don't start you with them, so you appreciate how helpful they are. A well-designed game.
Object processed. Transferring credits. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
Probably go for max tethers. That seems pretty helpful.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Tether supplies dropping.
So I'll use them all here. Thing in the cabin that I care about.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Carter, you
Oops.
out of tethers. Get yourself over to the kiosk to buy some more.
Does that like meaningfully break you as well? Like, can it affect whether you would take damage or not from crashing into it?
Have a nice day. All right. You got 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter, before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
Rewards allocated.
Furnace versus... Okay, I guess I can
Salvage
separate those.
registered. Transferring credit.
I don't know how I ended up getting to the parts of the ship that I couldn't get to before. I guess it's just a matter of taking more panels off. So if you're just doing that all the time, everything will eventually be visible. Oh, I'm already at 4. I guess I could get 5. It's not impossible.
Deposit accepted.
Slower.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Game controls surprisingly well with a controller.
All salvage goals complete.
There we
All
go.
rewards allocated.
Nice. I got somebody on the Baldur's Gate 3 VOD who was like, it's really a choice to play this game with a controller. And I'm like, it's Divinity Original Sin 3. That's the whole like pitch of that game. It's, hey, it's a CRPG. You can play with a controller. It was fine. Yeah. Big company script. Okay, I didn't destroy that much. It counts stuff as destroyed if it's put in the wrong hopper. Okay. It would be nice if it tracked destroyed versus wrong hopper separately and like told you the value that you lost.
Levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods before starting your shift.
Oh, I like the palm print. That's a nice touch. I didn't get a new level up there. I'm still rank 5, but I might have more script. Want more tethers. That's probably helpful. Pretty significant range increase, okay. Sure.
I remember my first reactor pull. I was shaking like a leaf. You got less on the line now, but still. Let's try to do this without a critical meltdown. Looks like this ship's reactor's toward the aft, but there are lots of different configurations out in the wild. Okay, we're only focused on one thing right now. Pull the reactor and get it on the barge. As soon as you disconnect the reactor from this ship, it'll start to melt down, so act fast and Make sure you have an exit
It's
strategy
fun.
ahead of time.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of reminds me of Teardown, an excellent game. There's the barge here. You have to like have your exit strategy planned out before you grab the thing.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
All right. This one's pretty easy. Should just slide out of her coolant casing with a good yank from your grapple. Try to have your extraction fully planned out before disconnecting it from the ship.
Amazing. So does it show me radiation damage that I'm taking? That's gonna die horribly here. Okay, just for fun. Gotcha, thanks. That's cute. So I could disconnect it and still have it connected to its housing where it's safe. That's cool. This goes in the barge, okay. So do I lose anything during the meltdown process?
Well, congrats, Cutter.
Or does all it care about is that I eventually throw it in there
Back in the day.
before it hits zero? Does it care about like percentage melted down, I guess?
Rank. Until then, remember this. Measure twice, cut once. And tethers are your friends. Good luck out there, Cutter. We were out.
They will let me finish the ship, it looks like. I'm doing all the panels and stuff last, trying to deal with hazards first. Going anywhere.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
That thing needs to be disconnected separately, okay. Gotcha. That's cool. This whole thing goes in the barge, it looks like. Not gonna like explode if it clips part of the barge. There's like a safety net there to keep that from happening once it gets near to touching it.
Deposit secured. Credits awarded.
My tools are finally starting to take durability damage. Interestingly.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Ouch.
Salvage secured. Credit deposited.
Yeah, I kind of wish this game gave you like a huge outsized benefit for getting 4 and 5 at the top there. I think I'll be able to play it and just try to set as a personal goal that I want to try to get that on most of the ships I encounter if possible, but
Credit applied.
I guess it's good that it's forgiving. It would be bad if it wasn't.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Maybe it had some kind of additional incentive for completing unique ships.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
Probably get to these more easily if I get along the bottom here. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. The story as well. Hi again, Bucky. How you doing? Nice. I wish I could just pop the window off like that. That would make me very happy. Still don't have an amazing intuition for when pieces are going to come flying off. I mean, it would make sense when it's all 4 of the joints or whatever facing that wall, but since they only move ever so slightly after I've dissolved them, I don't yet have the Shipbreaker vision to know, if I bump into this piece is going to go flying. It tries to show you with the red bar, or you can use the red bar as a quick eyeball. Is this attached to the whole thing? But it's not always a perfect solution. Talking when I'm like facing an individual piece. Yeah, it'd be great to have a scan view for that. Things that are considered one contiguous object still. can get to either side of that. Okay. So like when you're flying around, you're constantly looking at that weight value to see if something's connected or not. Okay. I guess the red bar is doing the same thing. Yeah. Is that something you're like actively paying attention to while you're playing the game, or is it easier to pay attention to that while you're watching somebody play it? It's tough for me to move my eyes to while I'm trying to like maneuver around the ship and what have you. Really get in there, I think. Really, you're looking at the weight all the time? I'm looking at like the stuff that I'm targeting rather than... I basically never look at that other than to kind of in my peripheral vision see if I can eyeball what hopper it wants me to dump it in. I try to look for that.
All right, Cutter. You got 5
Hey, look,
minutes left
that's really
in the
good.
ship before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter.
Well, let me come back to the ship once the time limit's over, since it's a training ship. Maybe I should have bounced after doing the reactor.
Salvage
These get
deposit
2.
registered. Account credited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned.
Oh, weird. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Shit. Because it's a panel, so I can like rip it off to get inside the ship. Why that's there.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
What's that at? Tell if that's connected. I think it still is technically. Beat through that. Ah, I see. Now's the time to fuck around. Mission's almost over.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Statistically profitable. I love it. Okay.
oxygen reserves critical. Links recommends avoiding stressful workplace situations while oxygen levels are low.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's quite good. You play without oxygen and fuel? Is that you don't play the campaign then? It's just like free play essentially.
This is your 1-minute warning, Cutter. Don't be a hero, alright?
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
It's possible to do that without blowing yourself up, it turns out. Oops. Oopsie doodle. It's fine. Time's almost up anyway. Probably should have just exited as soon as it gave me the time warning. Oh, sure. If you're not worried about whether it's kosher to share something, if you type !hide before your message, chat can see it and I can't, so you can always discuss there first. Trust the consensus of chat on that. It's probably fine.
Howdy, Rook. So, this can be, an awkward subject, but you've probably noticed Lynx doesn't take great care of us. Up until maybe 100 years ago, workers like us would sometimes form these groups called unions. With the company.
Alert, alert.
Better wages, safer work, decent hours, that kind of thing.
Word you're not supposed to say.
Was actually part of getting rid of them. But some of us are trying to bring them back. I can tell you're a good person and a hard worker. The company will use you up. It's just built that way. So I thought you might be interested in the union news group. There are new messages every couple of days. Read them, don't read them, trash them, whatever. Just keep it on the down low. The others don't know about it.
Uh-oh.
Weaver and D are a bit too...
Great dread building.
Kaido is just too anxious. Poor kid. But I wanted you to have the info. I was glad someone gave it to me when I was new. Okay, spiel over. See you in the yard, Rook. Blue out.
There are space Pinkertons that are gonna come fuck us up.
46-52. Your designated sleep period is now over. Have a great day.
That's what she just said in voice acting. I feel like it's 100% certain that the company is intercepting and reading all of these emails. Cancel debts. Those are pretty reasonable union demands. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It does a lot of good stuff with using the mechanics to tell its story. Agree. Okay. Oh, I'm not... Oh, shit. Well, it was going to let me keep doing this ship. I guess I didn't super fuck it up, but I did blow something up. which adds a bunch of shrapnel, which is a pain in the ass. So I'll just move on. Let's see. Has a reactor and a power cell. Reactor's right there. Okay. Okay, that's kind of cool. Neat. It's important.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
An expensive ass seat. So there's always exactly one power core. Or, well, sorry, if it says there's a power core, does it tell you how many there are going to be? If I remove it, does it remove power for the whole ship? Hey there, buddy. Yeah, right. And same with the fuel, like it doesn't care about proximity of the laser, it just cares about if the laser itself touches the reactor is a problem. Okay. If you've grabbed the last one, the lights will go out. Got it. The power isn't used in any way with the nuclear containment, right? I can safely remove these guys. Not gonna like horribly regret it. It's out of here. Lose track of it later. It's so tiny. Can't reactivate my scanner while I'm... That was unnecessary, but...
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Oh, sure. If I've already pulled the power, I don't get to use it. Sure. So it can be a tactical decision to leave the power on. This game is really fun. It's that kind of like power washing, satisfying feeling. The satisfying feeling of power washing something. That's disconnected now. I wish I could move the weight so that it was literally in my reticle. I'm very tunnel visioned right now. Let's see. I have to like focus my eyes to kind of quickly look down and see what it says. I can't just like see it in my peripheral vision for whatever reason. And sometimes in like the third of a second or so it takes for me to move my eyes, my character has already floated away from the thing I was trying to inspect. Yeah, that makes sense. Nothing else on there that I care about. It's fine. Something on here that I care about.
Transferring credits.
Searchlight.
Salvage secured.
Right, because you've been playing for long enough. That's what I was wondering, if that's probably what's just going to happen, is you'll get a feel for it. I guess a thing that I wish was a mechanic in the game, I don't know how feasible this would be, since it can already tell you like the weight of all the connected pieces. Would it be have a scan mode, a fourth scan mode, where it, what is that? There's a name for it. It's like there's a phenomenon where you can draw a map in such a way with a certain number of colors such that there are no two colors that are touching each other that are the same. I think it's like a minimum of 4 or 5 colors or something like that. But it would be great if it did that for all of the different pieces.
Are low. Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed
Oh, right.
salvage goals.
Gotta be a different number for 3D objects, right? Even if I guess some of them touched, I still think it would be possible to include without being like a massive drain on resources or something. You need 5 colors for a donut. Interesting. Some lights on it that I don't care about. Okay. The only thing I don't care about. Gotta play it better than me, right? It should be very easy. I'm not very good at this game. Oh no.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Deal with the fuel, I guess, next. You could probably do it such that you have enough unique colors that even if they occasionally have the same color touching each other, it would be useful enough for you to quickly gauge what are separate pieces from each other. Even if you did a thing where you like highlighted things in a different color based on like weight tier. You like looked at the largest thing on the entire map, you colored that one color, right? And then you look at the thing that's 80% of that weight, between 80% of that weight and 99% of that weight, and you color that a different color, and then 60% and 79, right?
All right, Cutter. You got about 5 minutes to fill your boots. 5 minutes left. Weaver out.
Hey, posters. Sure. I feel like that you can like stabilize on a wall like that if you hold the button down. It's convenient. Oh. See in anytime.
Cutter, your equipment durability is dropping. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to be dangling in the wind with busted tools.
I can only repair that in between
Now,
missions,
back to
is
the
that right?
Use a repair kit to fix them up.
I know this is really cool.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
That's a lot of fuel. Flush switch. Does nothing if there's no power, I take it? Or is it a mechanical? These ships are really cool looking, I take it. Black and blue light is how you tell, okay. So effectively, what is that doing when I pull the flush switch?
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Cutter, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this ship.
It's separating all of this? Also flushing fuel. It doesn't affect how much it salvages for, right?
Warning. Oxygen reserves are dropping.
Where does the fuel get flushed to? I was just wondering if it was going to show it on the screen somewhere. Oh, really? You lose value.
Oxygen levels stabilizing. Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
Thank you. Oh, how completely ridiculous that is. I can get a rank up. Oh, I'm super close to one, though. I should have finished getting one. Oh, well, that's fine. I'll do it today. I think there's fuel. Okay, so if I want to take the fuel pipes off, I have to cut the junctions and then they'll be available for me to dump. I don't know if that's super worth it. I'd have to throw every individual pipe out, right? Which seems like a pain in the ass. Oh, they're gray on here, so I assume they go to... I guess it does say processor. Usually gray means barge, so I was confused. How'd that happen? Oh, I forgot to repair shit. Those tanks no longer have any risk of blowing.
Applying credit.
Really like the way they've tried to make all the ships feel like realistic. Cool.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Let me see. So I'm going to process her plate. Oh, okay.
Deposit accepted for processing. Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Okay, it does pop off. Gotcha.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Yoke.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
tucked in there eventually.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
That thing like stuck now. Thought the tether would be enough, but I'm worried it's got too many things pulling on it here. Is it being sucked from both directions there too?
Salvage deposit
The
secured.
tethers keep getting
Credits
busted
awarded.
here. Let's see. What the best way to like pull it over, you know? I'm worried that like this basketball hoop is like sucking that side of it in and just kind of getting stuck in between them. Long tethers pull harder. I didn't realize you could send tethers that far. Good to know.
Tether levels are low.
Is it applying all of them simultaneously? Sure.
Warning. Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for purchase.
What do you mean by the back of
Master
it? The
check.
back relative to what?
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Oh, now that's working. It's gonna like flip it essentially. Oh. Think it's working? Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. It would be great if like a little piece of it touched the blue there, if it just got destroyed. Slightly favored the one that it's supposed to go into if it happens to be touching both of them. Okay.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
For big ass pieces, I should err
Rewards will be paid.
on the side of pointing the tether as far away from the furnace as possible, I guess.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Think about moving a couch when there's a two giant sucky holes that you have to navigate it past. That's what I'm not clear on, is the giant sucky hole part of it. I think I get it now. When I first saw the thing, it wasn't clear to me that the furnace was also like trying to pull it so it was like flat against the middle bar there.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
It's funny.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
That's 5 minutes left on the clock, Cutter. 5 minutes remaining.
Minute work.
Transferring credit.
Yeah, at first I just assumed that tethers were magical, but it would just, once you tethered it to the inside of the thing, it would magically do everything it could to just pull it into the basketball hoop regardless of other forces. But no, it sounds like
Salvage deposit.
there's no cheating happening there. It's still following its normal physics rules.
Salvage
Yeah,
goal
makes
cleared.
sense.
Rewards
I figured they were physics if you were tethering anything that wasn't into a basketball hoop, but I thought maybe the basketball hoop had some cheats.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Yeah, right. Something for a hammer, something for a toilet seat.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Doesn't actually take, it looks like. You have to go to the opposite side for it to be. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the tether wants to stick there when I do it like that. Because it's intersecting with something that's rotating in the way after I place it. There, that thing worked. Interesting, yeah, because it doesn't like highlight red or something to tell me that the length is too long or whatever. Okay. To do another day for this, that's not a big deal. Already able to be separated. guess so. Kidding.
Deposit accepted for processing.
60 seconds left to wrap things up, Cutter.
Let's see if any of the stuff in here is actually super valuable. I guess the furniture, maybe. Would probably launch this whole thing. Oh, the air filter is pretty good. It has to get disconnected? Question mark. Just grabbing it doesn't work. Do I have to cut that out? Let's see. All right, rather than stress about finishing now, I'll just come back to it. Game plots a ray from the first point in the direction of the second. The tether connects the initial point to the very first solid object this ray encounters. If that is not the second thing, the tether can connect things you did not intend. I see. Thank you.
New certification level achieved.
Sweet.
Hello, Shipbreaker. This is your morning wake-up call.
Hazard level 5. Pressurization, the #1 cause of death in the shipbreaker profession. Oh, that's pretty scary. Prohibit shipbreakers intentionally using explosive decompressions to enact rapid salvage. It's funny. Okay.
Hey, Cutter. You're gonna start getting pressurized shifts now. Lou and I will show you the ropes when you're ready.
Let's see what I can afford here. I should repair everything. But sometimes you might want to wait a bit on repairing, just because it's, again, 100%. Okay. Increasing cooldown time. Okay. Range. Okay, that's for the split saw. I see. More range on the grapple, more strength. Charged push. Maybe. Braking rate. Yes. O2 capacity. I like the way these are all gated. I think they're quite reasonable. Be helpful for next time, probably, maybe. Okay, that's all the tokens. All right, so I've got just enough time to finish up that ship, and then I can leave some future Marstead notes at the end, because it probably still will be a little bit till we play this again. Wraith has plenty of subblock hours for me to finish this game, but it's going to, just to not have it fully shut down subblocks churn, I'm probably going to do it over normal draws, so we'll probably play it again in a couple months or so. Let's see. So I have to cut out the air filter. Which is this thing. And is that why it has these lines around it? Because it knows I have to cut it out? Trying to like help me out. Keep wanting L1 and R1 to be my rotate button. This side. Okay. So this whole section that I'm cutting here isn't actually worth salvage at all, like, because you're guaranteed to have to use the split saw to remove this thing. So you have a little bit of wiggle room to cut there without it causing you to lose anything, it seems like. Aww. Ooh, okay. Hold on. That's nice of them, at least. I think I still have other things that's stuck on. So whether or not that can delete something is based on its weight. Is that all it cares about? Still says the same 8,000. Okay, let's see. Ah, okay, I see. Storage bin was holding it in place.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
So we got
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
the load-bearing storage bin. Yeah, that's a lot of what reminds me of Teardown.
Secured. Applying credit.
I wonder if there's room to like have Teardown style levels in this.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
This is like an added mode or an extra challenge.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Hardspace ship heist.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
So how do electrical hazards work? It's like if you're near them while you're deactivating them and they're sparking, the sparking can damage you?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Let's see.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
eventually know what you're doing and can cut these out really fast without any worry. Not there yet.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Whole thing is probably gonna get me to level 5, I would assume. They just launch it here. What else is it?
Warning.
It's gray.
Fuel levels are low.
Yeah. Okay, that braking upgrade is huge. Ability to use the tethers to get around makes a lot more sense if I can actually brake.
Welcome to Megatron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
That's huge. Okay, cool. Now I can play the game. When the remainder of the structure is likely to give me my tier 5 reward. I think it's especially true for this game. I think this is a game feel vibes kind of a game. Not a, we're gonna throw 100% of the information you need to succeed in some menu or special scanning view type of game. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Material accepted. Credits transferred.
Watch as it eats some of the... Okay, red line, don't meet the yellow line. Kinda close. Ooh-wee. Oh, come on, game. Motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Gotta be kidding me. Something lying around that's... These bits and bobs, I guess? Can't be worth that much.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Painful.
Material deposited.
Oh, it's so close. This is their stuff.
We're looking at 5 minutes left in your shift cutter.
I know, man.
Do what you do. Weaver out.
$36. Let's go. Can't do anything with that yet. I don't know what that is still. If y'all see anything, feel free to tell me. annoying because I wish it would like delete the stuff that goes in the barge because I can't tell if that stuff is actually accessible or not. Storage bin somewhere. So don't fuck around with junking the whole thing, apparently.
Raw material accepted.
Not worth it. By the furnace entrance? Oh, what these guys are? Thank you. Good looking out. Woo! Woo! Jesus Christ. Getting a heart rate increase in this game. Okay, future Marstead, here's the deal. Right trigger is shoot, tether. Left trigger is pull. Be careful doing that, though. Pressing in left and right stick is brake. Up is your scanner. You can bumper to look at electrical, fuel, coolant, radiation, and reactant. When you're dealing with a reactor, you have to be careful to not pull it until the level is solved and you have a way to get it into the barge as quickly as possible. When you're hovering over stuff, it tells you what stuff does. It tells you if it goes in the furnace or in the blue thing or in the barge, so check for that little pop-up over things. Make sure you head back here to the hab to refill your fuel, O2, and tethers. Just do that all the time. It costs you money, but money doesn't matter in this game. You really care about your company script. I don't think if there's anything else to mention. A is ascend, B is descend, X is push, Y lets you switch tools. When you're on the cutter, you have to press right D-pad to switch between what kind of tool you're using, which might be kind of confusing. Your next level is going to be tutorial for depressurization. So start with that tutorial. That should help you to understand how things work. When you go into your room, check your emails. It should have you do that automatically when you wake up. And then if you got level ups, go to the upgrade station and maybe pick some upgrades if you can afford them with company script. This game's really good. Thank you, Wraith, for putting this on your subblock. We'll play it eventually on Wraith's subblock until we beat it. At some point, if I get room in the schedule, I might try to schedule it more than once every couple months when Wraith's turn comes up in the subblock order. But for now, we'll see it for about 4 hours at a time every other month or so.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Link's mandates.
This game is always auto-saving, I take it.
Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
Save and quit.